right, Leber's here for about another half hour. Rosie's here until 9 o'clock. Now, Ben, you're out Monday?
I'm out Monday.
You're
I'll
out
be
Monday.
in Omaha.
Omaha. What are you in Omaha for? The College World Series?
Just getting my seat ready. No, my daughter's got a volleyball tournament there. So I'm taking her to this tournament. We're making a little road trip, 6.5 hours tomorrow. Come back late Monday night. It's going to be fun, man.
Yeah, it will be.
I'm looking forward to it. Just she and I, just hitting the road. We're already talking about.
That's fun.
I told her, I'm like, start thinking about your snacks at the gas station. So she's got it all figured out.
The best.
And you know who's from Omaha, correct?
That really rich guy.
311, the Beatles of rap rock.
If the Super Bowl's ever in Omaha, according to you guys, they have to do halftime, or at least somebody has to perform a 311 song if it's in Omaha. Don't hold your breath for an Omaha Super Bowl. I don't think that's going to happen. Kind of a weird town. It's like a ghost town. You ever been there before?
I've been there plenty of times. I haven't been to Omaha in probably, I don't know, 15 years, maybe 10 years.
It's got a weird vibe. I don't even know how to describe it. It's hard to put your finger on it.
Just comes alive during the College World Series.
That's what I've heard.
That's
I've never been there during the College World Series.
Rosenblatt Stadium. It's one of the
fun.
first assignments I've had.
It's
come
super
a long
fun.
way.
I have done the World Series thing. It is
Right
fun.
on.
It is a lot of fun.
All right, let's do Fan 5.
It's time for Fan 5, brought to you by Builders and Remodelers.
Thank you, Builders and Remodelers. So in about, a little over a month, it'll be the NCAA tournament. And for the, 87th consecutive year, we'll do the core versus 4 bet, right? Where you guys get to pick any 4 teams you want, and I get the field. This year, advantage me.
A big advantage
Big
you.
advantage me. Last night, number 10 Tennessee, beat number 1 Alabama 68-59. That was the first time Alabama's been number 1 since 02-03, but even more
Last of the
so.
week.
That is the 8th loss this season so far by the AP number 1 team. Purdue has lost 3 times as a number 1, Houston twice, North Carolina twice, and now Alabama once. The 8 losses in the regular season by a number 1 AP team ties the 93-94 season for the most ever in a regular season, and that goes all the way back to 1948.
My, oh my.
So that doesn't mean the Chalk can't win. That just means the Chalk is going to be on thin ice almost from the second the tournament starts. So we don't have a dominant team this year. We may not even have a dominant top 10 this year. So
the normal Blue Bloods are not.
Here are the top 4 teams according to Vegas Insider.
Okay.
Houston's the favorite at plus 650. And as Rosie was saying, normally you have a team that's like plus 150, plus 200. But in like the years of like the dominant Kentucky teams, the dominant Duke teams, you get a team that's up in that two whatever, it doesn't matter. Crimson Tide plus 850.
Crimson Tide.
Purdue Boilermakers plus 850, and then the 4th team is the Kansas Jayhawks at plus 1100.
And that's the thing is if one of you guys takes those four, I still am going to feel really good about my chances.
No, we don't have to do this.
Well, you don't have to, but then you're a party pooper.
Yeah,
Good.
Then you're not fun.
Yeah, then you're no fun.
Why don't we reverse the roles this year?
That's not the bet. It's not core takes 4. It's core versus 4.
Yeah, core has
That's
taken
a huge
4, though.
advantage. When Kentucky, Duke, Gonzaga, all those top seeds are like, one of these teams are going to certainly make it to the championship game this year.
Man,
wide open.
but
wide open.
That player, I don't know his name, but that giant human that Purdue has
Zach Edey
is
He's
so
7'4".
good.
He is, but
That
the
dude
guys
is-
are finding out how to defense him, and that's the thing. And come tournament time, they'll put 3 guys on him. They'll fall out 4 guys just to make sure he doesn't beat you.
Rosie.
Yes, sir.
He's 7'4".
That's a huge bitch.
Yeah, he can play.
Yeah,
How big is the Gophers' new recruit? Is he 7'1"?
7.
Yeah.
7 or 7'1". Dennis Evans.
He's not this guy, though. He's not the dead dominant.
Oh, maybe
Well, how do
better.
you know?
Yeah,
Inside
Roser.
information.
More of that. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, core versus 4 are wide open this year.
Well,
so
and
I'm excited for it.
Is this good for college basketball? I mean, to have it this wide open. I mean, we always talk about in college football, who's going to kind of be there at the end. I kind of like this year, but it's not going to be Kentucky, Duke, Gonzaga.
Kentucky's not good. I watch
know,
almost
they're
all
not.
their games. They're not that good.
No.
I don't know.
It'll be
I
fun.
think it's good for college basketball.
I do too.
Yeah.
Are
It'll be
you
fun
guys
tournament
even
time.
going to remotely consider going to the games while we're there? Because there's a regional at T-Mobile, right?
No.
Is there not?
and
Is it T-Mobile
no,
or Allegiant?
unless
T-Mobile, right?
yeah, it's
Yes,
at T-Mobile. If it's Kentucky and it isn't on Friday, then I would think
might
about
go?
it. I might go if
If
it's
they play
Kentucky.
Thursday night, you
if
might go.
Kentucky plays, I might go. Yeah.
If it's not on Friday,
Then I won't. If it's on Friday, I can't. I'm not going. If it's any day other than Friday, I might go.
okay.
So if it's Thursday, I guess it can only be Thursday or
You
Saturday.
have fun
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
I have plans.
Yeah, with
My attorneys.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Zach. Yuck.
I'd watch.
Oh my God.
Of course you would.
Zach.
Final game for the Wolves before the All-Star break. They are hosting the Wizards tonight. DraftKings has the Wolves as a 3-point favorite. The Wizards, I think, a couple games under 500.
Well, they've had a couple more practice days, Max. I heard you say that I don't know how Gobert could be doubtful again, considering he played the other night and didn't miss a shot, and he's rested for 2 more days.
Yeah, I don't really get that either.
Did they have him listed that way already?
Yeah, it says groin, which has been the kind of the
Well,
problem.
that's
But he's
early.
about to get a week off too.
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah,
he just had 2 days off, and he just played obviously the great game against Dallas, and he was 9 for 9 from the field.
Yeah.
So they kind of need this one tonight to finish. They moved up to 6th place last night by not playing.
Yeah. They got to win tonight. Tonight, if you're going to be a playoff team and maybe win a series, you got to beat teams like the Wizards.
they got to take advantage of these
Correct.
opportunities because
Right.
they haven't all season. They're like 4-8
Yeah.
or something like
how
that.
many times
against
have
the
they
worst
lost to
teams
the
in
Thunder?
15.
It feels like
times?
that,
Wow.
yeah. They lost to the Pistons once. They lost to the King. I mean, they've lost to some really bad teams. The Kings are good this year, but
I think they went 0-2 against the Pistons, right?
They did.
I think they swept the season series
They
against
did.
us.
lost
Terrible.
the Magic. I mean, yeah, the Rockets. I mean, then the Wizards aren't as bad as those teams. They're just more of a middle of the road team, but
Right.
still, you got to get this one and just roll into the All-Star weekend with some momentum.
All right, headlines when we come back. Power Trip goes commercial free the rest of the show after this on The Fan.
And now for today's Roblox winter weather alert. iHeartland on Roblox has been walloped by a winter snowstorm. It is a winter wonderland. You can now ice skate at State Farm Park. In State Farm Neighborhood, you can compete in snowball fights, grab a hot cocoa and cookies, and more. There's also special events from your favorite artists and podcasters all month, along with scavenger hunts, exclusive content, and unique items. So enjoy the festive winter weather at iHeartland on Roblox. Head to iHeartRadio.com/iHeartland today.
Planning for an upcoming trip? It's important to know that updated COVID-19 boosters are currently available at no cost to you. Remember that immunity could take time to build. Check eligibility and schedule at vaccines.gov. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
Meat Sauce here for my incredible new friends at Continuum Weight and Wellbeing. You can find out more at sauceloss.com. The journey of losing weight is not fun. But when you have a team like I do at Continuum Weight and Wellbeing, the journey is easy. Meal plans, not shakes and bars, none of that stuff. It's your own food. They lay out a full meal plan for you, every single meal, a full grocery list of what you need to start your weight loss journey. Go to sauceloss.com to find out more. Continuum Weight and Wellbeing is the absolute best.
I'm Lindsey Brown from Channel 5. You'll find me on 5 Eyewitness News in the evenings, sharing the stories that people like you and I care about. I made Minnesota home for my family because we're happy here, and our kids are making so many memories. We really love getting outside and having a lot of fun in all 4 seasons. That's why I appreciate telling the stories that matter to all of us. Thanks for watching me, Lindsey Brown, on Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, Raising Cane's One Love. If you're craving Raising Cane's, and who isn't? There are 17 Twin Cities locations. You could crave your morning away, and then by lunch, you could get a Caniac combo, get a 3-finger combo, get the box combo, Texas toast, crinkle cut fries, the lemonade, the sweet tea, and of course the best chicken fingers on the planet. And I would know. That's all I eat, basically, is chicken fingers. I've been a diehard Caniac for 15 years. If you've yet to try Raising Cane's, make today the day that you want to try Raising Cane's. But if not, my guess is you're craving it. They've been voted the most craveable sauce in the U.S. the last 2 years. You'll see why today. Raising Cane's, One Love.
I'm here with Ann Tressler, principal attorney at Tressler Law. And I know getting a divorce is a complex undertaking.
It really is. Divorce isn't as black and white as people think. I remind people a divorce involves everything you own, owe, and the rights to raise your own children. There's a reason we only do family law. It's complex and involves more than people understand when they're entering into the process.
Thanks, Ann. To learn more about Tressler Law or to schedule your free 1-hour divorce consultation, visit TresslerLaw.com.
Hey, it's Chris Hockey, and I'm here to tell you, Jefferson Lines is your #1 bus experience in Minnesota and the official bus of iHeartRadio. They're here to get you where you need to go with daily schedules to thousands of destinations all across the country. And when you ride with Jefferson Lines, you're going to experience the convenient, comfortable travels that make them Minnesota's best transportation company of 2021 and 2022. You could book travel today from Duluth to the Twin Cities for as low as $25. Book online with the official bus of iHeartRadio at jeffersonlines.com.
Meat sauce here for my incredible friends at Sleep Number and sleepnumber.com. They're the absolute best. The best part about my friends at Sleep Number is when you go into a Sleep Number store, that's the only place you can find Sleep Number beds. They will run you through the whole thing, and once you lay down in a Sleep Number bed, you'll be like, yeah, I get it. I get what Hockey and Sauce are always talking about. This Sleep Number bed technology and the 360 smart bed is amazing. My Sleep Number is 55. Hockey's, I think, is 45. But either way, we could sleep in the same bed because it would be a different feel for each of us. It's the best bed of all time, a Sleep Number 360 smart bed. Why choose proven quality sleep from my friends at Sleep Number? I'll tell you why. So you can be at your absolute best for yourself and those who care most about you. Don't miss Sleep Number's President Day special. Save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed. Plus, you get free home delivery when you add a base. It ends Monday, February 20th. You can only find Sleep Number beds at sleepnumber.com or a Sleep Number store, which are at Ridgedale, Woodbury. You're probably driving by one right now. Blaine. They are all over Baxter, Minnesota, if you live up north. They are everywhere. Sleep Number is the absolute best. Hey, Meat Sauce, tell us about how you can lose weight. Meat Sauce here for my amazing friends at Continuum Weight and Well-Being. They're helping me lose weight, and they are the best at it because my coach Kelly is one of the experienced and certified nutritionists at CWW. Find out more at sauceloss.com. That's sauceloss.com.
Limited time home show special savings on roofing, siding, doors, and windows. Go to buildersandremodelers.com.
You're listening live to The Power Trip on iHeartRadio and FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Trampled by Turtles is headed to Treasure Island on September 16th. Head to KFAN.com, keyword contest to enter for your shot at a pair of tickets to the show.
All right, a lot to get to. We go commercial free the rest of the way.
Sweet.
So buckle up, Rosie. We got a lot to talk about.
Absolutely. Let's go.
But Ben's got to normally bail around 8:40 or so.
Mm-hmm.
So before Ben gets out of here, we're going to do headlines. But also, Ben, about a week or so ago, I was saying on the air, hey, can we talk about the such and such thing? And Chris was like, nope, apparently we can't yet. You're saying now we can talk about it.
Yeah, I
Can we
think
say
so.
what we're doing?
I think so. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the green light.
Oh,
well,
that's
the
so
floor is
kind.
yours. It's your bit. Why don't you tell the listeners what we're doing?
Okay, so for those that may not know, that I host a little TV show in the afternoon called Twin Cities Live on Channel 5.
Good for you.
The show that you stole from Chris Hockey.
Right.
Yes.
It's like a
Right.
Brian Flores, Jonathan Gannon situation. He was going to be co-host with Elizabeth Reese, but you said that's a terrible idea. Give me the
100%.
job, and you pushed him out.
100%.
So now
yes.
it's you and Elizabeth. You've been doing it for what?
I've been doing it since the end of June. So
Almost a year. We're getting there. We're coming up on your 1 year.
yeah, coming up on the 1 year.
Good for you.
So, our very talented creative group over there was like, hey, we are friends. A lot of people within Twin Cities Live listens to the Power Trip and KFAN every day. And so they've got a lot of fans over there. They know that I work over here and contribute with you guys as well. So they're like, what if we had a full Power Trip takeover on our show here at Twin Cities Live? And it sounds like there was a meeting of the minds behind the scenes. We got an agreement deal done. So you guys are doing a Power Trip KFAN takeover next Wednesday on Twin Cities Live for the full hour and a half.
Wow.
Let me ask you a couple of questions about what you've learned in the 9 months or so you've been doing this show. Do your viewers in general think penis jokes are funny?
Yes,
Okay, so
I
we
do.
can do those.
I do.
Okay.
You know, we always get a couple comments here and there from
Yes.
some viewers that
Rosie.
You know, they're a little. You know, they are maybe a little more conservative.
A little more
A
conservative.
little more conservative.
Like, will Sauce be able to say Dwight Hockey likes poop porn on Twin Cities Live?
Does that play?
Well, I'll tell you this much. You can say it, and I don't think that it will be an FCC violation. Now, whether or not we get some complaints, that's 100% guarantee we'll get some complaints. Now, does that mean that we're going to get fined? No.
That could be a good bit for you, though, if then the following day you and Elizabeth just act absolutely disgusted. Like, we're never having those guys back on. I couldn't believe Sauce kept talking about Dwight Hockey's love of
poop porn. Yeah. How he likes to be dumped on,
and then
all
you,
that.
Then you guys take the high road and throw us under the bus. That would be good for both shows. Hey, the Power Trip just got completely ripped because they sucked on Twin Cities Live. Twin Cities Live takes the high road. Everybody wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, shocking.
So that's
TV.
when?
Yeah, shocking. Yeah.
When you say take over the whole show, it doesn't mean that you guys aren't going to orchestrate what's happening.
Well,
that
that might be a good way to describe it. So Elizabeth and I, from what I understand, we will basically sort of conduct the show.
You have to.
And we you know, it seems like we're going to be doing a lot of the ins and outs. You know, we're going to kind of set things up, but we're going to kind of let you guys just play with the whole show.
Always wanted to be on
Rosie,
Channel
you're
5.
going to be involved. It's going to be awesome. So thank you for that.
Rosie will be there.
Mark Parrish is going to be there.
How many networks is Rosie going to be on?
I mean,
I know.
Goodness.
I'm just missing care now, basically.
You essentially
he's been on the Spice
you
Channel.
got a divorce from Channel 4 and you're sleeping with every other station in town.
Why not?
So
Why
gross.
not? Right?
Just to rub it in Channel
You
4's
whore.
face.
Rosie.
This is going to be
Free
a
agent.
one-nighter with Channel 5.
Yeah. I got no problem with that.
Your side piece is
that's
Channel 9 and a one-nighter with Channel 5.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it.
I do too.
Good for you,
I
Rosie.
like it. So
I've been in that studio a few times.
You're not taking Channel 5 to the Four Seasons.
No,
You're
I'm
not getting into Robes with Channel 5,
no.
but you'll take her behind the
dumpster. It'll be a shower scene or something. We also have Marnie Galarnar is going to be on. So a lot. Zacho is going to be a part of this whole
It's
thing.
like half the cast.
Let's go.
So half the cast of the Power Trip is going to be on Twin Cities Live next Wednesday. So please tune in, Channel 5, 3 o'clock, all the way to 4:30. You know, we've got all sorts of creative bits. You're going to play a game. There's going to be a cooking segment. There's going to be some actual TCL specific things that we're going to have you guys do as well. And
You guys
and
are making a
partake in.
massive mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, I know we are. I know we are. Yeah, our whole HR department's getting ready to buckle up.
Yep.
Yeah. I can't promise
There'll
I'll
be
be on my
security.
best behavior.
Do they have the apology written up already?
Oh, I'm sure they have multiple drafts.
No, is there a live audience?
There will not be a live audience.
Okay, just wondering.
But I'm gonna guess we're gonna have a lot of people from the building that probably want to come down.
Yeah.
You guys are a big deal. I'm telling you right now, you guys are a big deal. I know that you guys already know that, but there's a lot of people within that building that listen to this show religiously, and they all want to meet you and see you guys perform.
So Power Trip Takeover, Twin Cities Live next Wednesday. 3 to 4:30.
3 to 4:30.
This idea hasn't gripped me.
Oh, I think it'll be great. I
Too
can't
late.
wait.
It's
I
happening.
like being on TV.
Yeah, you guys are great.
Yeah.
You guys were so gracious at the state fair to help us out with
That was
the
fun.
segment or two. So yeah, you guys will love it. It'll be fun.
All right.
Time now for headlines presented by Paul Bunyan Plumbing and Drain.
Thank you.
According to a new story, Hoobastank. You remember Hoobastank?
Yeah,
I got a couple of
thing.
bangers, man. I used to love Hoobastank.
Incubus Light.
Pretty much,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's the same thing. Yeah.
Hoobastank once passed on having Rihanna on one of their songs because it was before she blew up and they didn't know who she was.
Oh,
Which is weird because I don't remember them ever having guest singers on their tracks, but apparently at one point they had a chance to have Rihanna on one of their songs and they said, we don't know who
pass.
that is, so no.
I'm sure you guys have all done that before. Like you've seen a musical act come through town or something. You're like, no interest, and then they like become a big thing, and you're like,
That's a good question.
I could have saw them for
Good
$8 downtown.
They had plenty of big time artists that used to come to town here and even play at the smallest venue, and no one would know who that was. And then about 10 years later, went, wait, Springsteen played where?
Yeah.
Or Prince? What?
What's the biggest artist you've seen in a small venue?
Well, the biggest situation that I can compare to that, what I'm asking is, we were at the world's toughest rodeo in St. Paul years ago. Brought our kids, thought it was a great, super fun time. Zach Brown played. He was the one that played at the end of the whole thing.
Wow.
And so it's like, hey, everybody stick around for this concert. You know, it's basically a free concert because you already have your ticket to get in.
Yeah.
And Abby and I are like, I don't know who this guy is. Like,
Wow.
let's go. Now, granted, we had young kids at the time, but he was like a nobody.
Yeah.
Like nobody that we knew up here in the upper Midwest.
He's sweet.
He's great.
Oh, he's so.
I know.
They're so good. I saw them at a private party. It was incredible. But I can't think of anybody up the. Oh, I saw Mumford at First Ave.
Yeah,
that
they're
was
great.
sweet. A buddy of mine saw him like 6 months earlier at. I ask this question all the time, Corey, but what's the place right by? It's in St. Paul when you're driving towards the State Fair when you get off on Snelling. It's one of those musical bars right over there that he saw him at. And there were 12 people that he saw Mumford at that small bar, Turf Club. He saw Mumford at Turf Club with 12 people.
I saw Bob Dylan in the Twin Cities before he was a big deal.
You were dead
at Target.
I was dead.
I couldn't get all. I'd spoken a lot. There.
I saw Scott Stapp at the.
The
Caboose.
great point.
Where?
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, our buddy Scott Taylor saw U2 at First Ave.
Wow.
In the 80s.
I saw Aretha Franklin in front of about 30 people for a special occasion, and then I saw Duke Ellington right before he passed. His last concert, he came back and he performed the old.
How old are you?
I'm old. Well, Duke Ellington
What
was
century was that?
Well, I mean, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it.
What was Shakespeare
You
like?
guys will be.
I ran into Mozart
Zach,
at
you'll
Guitar
be
Center.
Zach,
You saw Hamlet
you'll
live.
be lucky to make it to 30,
No,
Zach.
Zach
so-
will be dead. Yeah,
I mean,
with
you
his
guys-
lifestyle, he'll be dead.
You guys, look in the mirror and take care of yourself.
Yeah, correct. What's yours, Core?
This sounds dumb because this is not one of the biggest bands on the planet, but the week that Last Resort came out, Papa Roach came out, they played this really, it was like, what the hell was the name of it even? I don't even remember what it was called.
Was it downtown?
Downtown Minneapolis, like a block or two from First Ave, and I think it was in front of about 40 people.
Well, it's the place where it
was awesome.
We've talked about this before, but it's the place where Cowboy Jack's is. It's that room upstairs. Is that where it is?
Not that place.
Okay.
That was
no. What was that? I saw
That was the Quest.
I saw the Toadies.
Yeah,
there.
that was the Quest.
Yeah,
That's not the one I'm talking
Okay.
about. It was even a smaller bar, and again, it was they had the show booked before the video hit TRL.
Wow.
So by the time it should have been a big deal, but it was like, I don't know, 20, 30 people, something like that. It was ridiculous that they were even playing. It was super cool. Anyway. Sources say that Yellowstone won't end right after Kevin Costner leaves if he leaves.
Well, I'm out.
Yeah,
Once he leaves, I'm out.
Right. It's hideous.
Sounds like you guys are out anyway.
Yeah, but I'm invested now. I'm committed to watching to see
Same.
how this thing ends. And yeah.
Sorry, Corey.
A show I have not seen yet, even though it should be right up my alley because it's called Poker Face. But have you seen Natasha Lyonne's Poker Face on Peacock yet or not?
Is that the bit where she can tell if somebody's lying?
Yeah.
The first episode was fun.
Okay, so because it's 99% on Rotten Tomatoes, and Peacock just said they have renewed it for a second season. So Ryan Johnson, the writer of Knives Out, is the one who directed this. So it's his kind of mystery thing.
I'm
again.
all in on everything he does.
Well, give this a chance then, because I haven't seen it yet, so I'm not vouching for it. But it's 99% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I love Natasha Lyonne.
Yeah.
Russian Doll is one of the best shows in the last
it's great.
5-6 years. It was super fun.
Does she keep that same hairstyle?
Don't
Is that
know.
like her bit?
I think so. The
Yeah.
kind of curly look.
Yeah.
I think so.
She has that.
Netflix is doing a documentary on a website that I've never heard of. They're doing a documentary on a website called Pornhub.
What? Never heard of it.
Pornhub, one word, capital H in the middle.
Do you need a password?
What is it?
Yeah, it's a website where they show adult stuff.
So you're familiar with it?
I've
Like
heard.
people
So are
just
you-
like adulting?
Then are you even going to watch this documentary? It sounds like you know all about it.
I mean,
I might watch just because I
is
don't
Tim
know
Nelson
what it
doing
is.
it? Right.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I don't know. What
I need to
they-
learn more about what that is.
Honestly, what is the documentary going to be about? Are there a whole bunch of behind the scenes scandals that we have no idea? What's the deal? Or just the rise of it?
I don't know.
Just, no pun intended.
A lot of money? I don't know.
I don't know. Doesn't say when, but apparently Netflix is doing a documentary. Did you guys like the animated series, I guess, now? Because it ended up being 3 or 4 movies. But How to Train Your Dragon?
Those are great.
The first one was phenomenal.
The first two are great.
Kind of lost me after that, but the first one was great. The kids loved them.
Yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon's now essentially getting the Disney treatment. They are going live action at Universal, and it's expected to hit theaters March 14th, 2025. So they're going to turn it into a live action movie.
Wow, that's sweet.
I don't know.
They're good. Yeah, the first two are great.
Do we need it already, though, in live action? I don't know if we do.
Maybe. I don't know.
Tonight is the series premiere of Animal Control with Joel McHale on Fox.
It's Joel McHale, so that sounds funny.
Yeah, I like it.
I love Joel McHale, and it looks awful, but I said the same thing about Andy Samberg on Brooklyn Nine-Nine when we saw that trailer. It said, like, this looks like the dumbest show I've ever seen, and it was hilarious for like 8 seasons.
Yeah.
Well,
so Animal Control, Fox tonight, Joel McHale.
71% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Do they send him out to literally
No idea.
with a professional?
I don't know.
There's a snake in your toilet?
No, it's
Or in your boots.
It's a comedy. It's not a reality show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rosie, your thoughts on this as a guy who's been in TV for like 4 decades. For the first time ever, adults in the U.S. in 2023 will spend more time watching digital content on platforms like Netflix, TikTok, and YouTube than they will traditional television. It'll be the first time ever that streaming has passed just traditional TV for adults.
Wow. It's been I want to say a slow-moving train. It's been accelerating, obviously, the last 5 years in particular. And you could, I mean, I think the networks saw this day coming, and they have to prepare for it. That's why many of them have gone digital themselves in terms of how they get their products out there. But we've gone from having 4 major networks, and that's it. And then now with the proliferation of obviously how many cable channels, we still can't find anything to watch. And now, as you mentioned, with streaming, but you either join the party or get out of the business, and that's really the way it's gone. You have to monetize it and find a way to do it. And all the networks, some of them, even CBS was a little slower to I think to jump on board. Even when I was still there, it was like, well, why isn't CBS doing this yet? And then they finally, CBSN and a few other things finally joined in. But that's a pretty remarkable statistic. It really does hit home. It's like, my God, that's the way people watch. And that's the way they gather their news.
Yeah, and to your point, Rosie, every network or all the local news channels now put all of their content on YouTube
and extra content.
And in the old days they would try to take it off because they want to drive you to the website.
Right.
They've kind of given up the whole website thing. They just are trying to meet people where they are, and where they are right now is YouTube and Netflix and all those other places.
Rose, can I ask you a question? Because you're going to know more about this than anybody else. Could you attack this thing from both ends if you're a network? Meaning that you feel like if you're not on this train, then you're just going to die, right? So everybody's going to streaming stuff, digital stuff, all that stuff. Can you also simultaneously broker some sort of deal with YouTube, Netflix, and find some of the maybe B-list popular shows, buy the rights to that, and put it on CBS, ABC, or NBC. So for the older generation that's not willing to go to all the streaming services, would that be a viable business plan to take?
I don't know why it wouldn't.
I don't know, let's say the first season of Yellowstone.
Yeah,
current programs basically.
Current programs. Put that on. Pay a fee, bring that over as well, and sort of have a collaboration with Netflix.
I think everything is open for negotiation right now because they have to find ways. The networks are continue to they can bleed money. There people getting laid off in gobs. Certainly newspapers they are, but I think there are ways of creatively doing that so you can make money on it and still satisfy the viewers so they can watch it and not have to pay extra for it. That's really the key thing is people get so upset about. Even the local sports thing right now, the Bally Sport. Everyone is trying to figure out how to make this affordable for people and yet have contracts that work in the future so people can all watch their favorite programs. I don't know. It's not an easy answer. The people who are make the big bucks have to figure out a way to do that.
Some of the big YouTube people, I don't know. Let's say Mr. Beast or something like that.
Yeah.
Would it make sense for a network to pay YouTube or Mr. Beast to start streaming some of those things on their actual network channels so kids can have kind of two options and then you get the advertising rights.
You just hit the right word, options. You have to have options, and you have to have options at your timetable. You used to have to watch a show, of course, when the show was on, and now having those options is really important. You have to have them, and that's the secret to success. I don't know. It's a very complicated
just
deal.
thinking out loud.
You know what's crazy, though? I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak for my two girls. If you told me that my girls were going to watch Mr. Beast on a TV, I'd say you're out of your mind.
Right.
They would much rather have it in their lap on an iPad than on a 65-inch screen. They don't care. They want to be able to click it, touch it, and flip it, move it.
Right.
Button bar, Jesus. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they want complete control of the screen, not just sit on the couch and watch it.
Yeah.
So even though if the
In
content
a
would be the
passive
same,
way.
and my girls, especially the little one, loves Mr. Beast, watches him all the time. She
wants to be in control
She's not
of it.
watching that on TV. She
Almost,
wants it
but
on
a
her
lot, but a lot of
iPad.
the TV remotes sort of act like a mouse.
Yeah.
Kind of, but I don't know what it is about this generation, but they like it in their hands.
I get-
Yeah.
They don't just
I
like
get
to
it.
sit and stare. They want to be active with it, not just watching it.
Yeah, like we've asked you before, when do you think the last time one of your gals sat down and watched something, looked for it on a TV?
Not on actual TV. The only time my girls will sit down is for a show like Wednesday.
Sure.
It's a streaming
Sure.
service. Bailey and Harper, I don't think in the last 5 years they've
Watched
sat
them.
and just scrolled to find something to watch.
Yeah.
It's always
Isn't that something?
scrolling
Yeah.
Netflix or finding something on
Yeah.
YouTube. They don't go through channels like we did. Not even close. Today is Fat Thursday.
Meat sauce!
Why did I laugh at that?
Because
Use the way you say
you're
it.
sitting next to
I'm
me.
sitting next to you.
Why is it?
What do you do on Fat Thursday? What the hell's Fat Thursday?
What is that?
Try and get
Anybody
up
know?
a flight of stairs without stopping? Is
Honestly, anybody know?
this
I know
a
it's-
Fat
No, I've
Tuesday
never-
bit?
yeah.
It's not a New Orleans thing.
Well, it's 5 days until Mardi Gras, right?
Yeah,
I think Mardi Gras
so
starts
is that
pretty
a
soon. Is it
prelude
not?
to? I don't know.
I think Mardi Gras is right. I think Mardi Gras is right around the corner. Is it not in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think.
Well, yeah,
it's-
Ash Wednesday's next Wednesday.
Yeah. So there you go.
So Mardi Gras next Tuesday.
Is it fat with a PH?
Nope. And I, Fat Tuesday is a thing I've always heard. I guess
Never
I've
heard
never
Thursday.
heard of Fat Thursday. But
No.
apparently it's Fat Thursday.
It's a Poland thing. Every February, Poland goes nuts for donuts. Fat Thursday, the last Thursday prior to Ash Wednesday, and the beginning of Lent is one of the most important holidays, and it mainly revolves around eating as many donuts as possible.
So pretty much the Power Trip Morning Show every day of the year.
Right. We celebrate
How
Fat
did you guys-
Thursday
yeah.
in June.
It's called Thursday.
Yeah, right.
All right. This one is insane, and who knows if this is true. Today would have been the birthday of Kim Jong-il. He died in 2000 and...
I get those Kim Jong people confused.
You can laugh at it.
2011.
Well, no,
2011 is the
yeah.
correct answer. He died in 2011, and as this headline says, his crazy fat son, Kim Jong-un,
Right.
is worth $5 billion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's just shrug our shoulders and go, I don't know how we're going to prove that wrong, but
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Says that he's worth $5 billion and spends blank a year on alcohol alone. How much does Kim Jong-un, according to whatever report this is from,
Well, he's
$5
probably
million.
getting the high.
$5
Yeah,
million.
He probably $3 million. I don't know.
Yeah,
He's
$5
buying
million.
the best of the best wines and.
No, again, I don't know if Zach and Max are familiar with his dad, Kim Jong-il, a ton, but Kim Jong-il, I believe, his first ever round of golf, I think, shot 18 hole-in-ones.
Amazing.
Correct. Yeah.
I don't know, like with par fives
Right.
and stuff in the mix. I think he had 18 hole-in-ones his first ever round. So just keep that in mind. How
Well,
much does Kim Jong-un
Pretty
spend on alcohol?
Pretty good dude.
Not sure.
But doesn't
Yeah, I
he
don't know how
not
to
poop
answer that.
too? I think that was one of the other things he said. He doesn't poop.
He doesn't.
Doesn't.
Oh, well, then Dwight has no need for him.
You were supposed to save that joke for Twin Cities Live.
Well, I can recycle it. A lot of my material is recycled.
$30 million
Oh, come on.
a year.
30
Come on.
That's what the story
million?
says. You can doubt it all you
Wow.
want.
So that's
They do.
all imported, basically, right? I mean, they don't have.
I don't know.
I don't know. Does Korea have a liquor?
Korea. Oh, you're talking about Korea. Never mind.
Yes,
I was
yeah.
confused.
South Korea
You made me
has some,
scared
but
me for a second. I was like,
I know. I went, wait, what? Oh, yeah.
But I got to be honest, he's worth $5 billion.
$5 billion.
That's really low.
Pretty reasonable.
That's a really low amount when you basically control every resource in North Korea.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah, true.
That's not as much money as you think, and you're the sole dictator of a supposedly a country that has some natural resources.
But think about this. Let's say you won the Mega Millions or the Powerball and you had unlimited resources, close to unlimited resources. I think if you just said open bar for the whole year, Corey, spend as much money on alcohol as you want. I don't think I could spend... If it's just for drinks for me, not friends and family and things like that, I don't think I could spend $50K in a year if I wanted to just go for it.
I wouldn't be able to spend...
Man.
I mean, you said how much he spent at $30 million?
$30 million a year,
I mean,
just him alone.
I couldn't even eat and drink that much.
No.
Like there's I could have
Not even close.
I could have gold crusted steaks 3 times a day, and it
From
wouldn't
Salt
spend
Bay.
From Salt Bay. All right, guys, I gotta go.
All right, bud.
good seeing you,
Love you
Ben.
guys.
Dude.
Salt Bay, would you?
See you next week at Twin Cities Live.
Yeah. See you next Wednesday.
Hey, speaking of salt, a guy went to a McDonald's and ordered a McMuffin, but when he opened the bag, it was filled with 315 packets of salt.
What?
What the hell happened?
I don't know. It's
counted
probably
that?
probably some. Yeah, right.
He was
Good
so
point.
pissed.
Who counted
Yeah,
that?
turn that into a charity contest.
My.
Pepsi is doing another limited run of the Peeps Pepsi marshmallow flavor.
Yeah.
Peeps are terrible.
Awful.
They're so bad. I don't know. I don't understand people who are like, Peeps are great. They're awful. They're bad.
They are.
Can't be
They're
worse
old
than
and-
Pepsi.
Oh, Zach.
Do you like Cadbury cream eggs?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're solid.
Yeah. Do you?
A man who broke into a UK industrial park to steal almost 200,000 Cadbury cream eggs has pleaded guilty to theft and criminal damage.
Come on.
What, was it just to flip them? Because you can't eat that many.
No.
He
You
was
can
gonna
only eat
steal-
about 2.
He was going to
Flip 'em.
steal 200,000 Cadbury eggs.
You can have about 2. 2's the limit.
That's it.
They're too rich.
A guy in Maryland attempted an armed carjacking at a grocery store on Monday, but he didn't know how to drive a stick, so he left the car and ran off.
Come on. Do either of you know how? Well,
I
Max,
do
sorry,
not.
you don't have a license. Do you know how to drive stick, Sacco?
First car was a 98 Honda Civic hatchback,
Yeah.
manual transmission, manual windows, no
Yeah.
power steering.
No, manual windows is the key.
Yeah, my
my.
first car was manual. I can drive manual, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Calm down.
hated getting
You don't know
into
how, Cor?
first gear.
Never learn, never care to learn.
Is that a thing now? Like, are there a lot of cars that are manual transmission?
Don't know.
Not new ones.
Like, right.
don't
Like,
think.
unless you're, like,
Unless you're
a lot
getting
of
a
the
sports car.
high-end sports cars are
Even
manual.
those are auto now. It's kind of
Seems like they are.
sad.
Have you guys seen the photo from Super Bowl Sunday that went viral? Let's assume it's not a Photoshop bit or a joke. I think everybody thinks it's real. But there's a photo that went viral, picture of an airplane, and everybody watching the Super Bowl on their the TVs
I
on the
did not
back.
see
Yeah,
this.
I saw this, yes.
So,
yeah.
The photo, every single screen is on the Super Bowl, except for one guy who's watching the 2005 comedy Hitch
Come on. Come on.
with Will Smith and Kevin James.
Oh, it's a good movie.
I've never seen
But
it.
it's going viral.
What's her
for
name?
being in
Mendez.
the-
Eva Mendez.
Yeah, you're in
Yeah.
the air during the Super Bowl.
And you're watching-
every screen in the photos on the
that's
Super
funny.
Bowl except for Hitch.
Well,
How about being that
that's
guy?
a great bit. Like, I bet, well, maybe he did it and he's watching it on his phone just to be that guy. What a great bit. Because you know everybody around you is
Watching the
watching
Super
it.
Bowl?
Yeah, yeah.
right.
That's a great bit.
There are 60 certified master cheesemakers in the U.S. 60 master cheesemakers. How many of them live and work in Wisconsin?
You're asking for a reason.
yeah, I would.
There are only 60 certified master cheesemakers in the U.S. How many of them
Two.
live and
Yeah,
work?
it's
Low
in
number.
It's
Wisconsin?
0 or 60.
Yeah, I would say low.
I'm going to go
number.
1.
I'll say 50.
So Max says 50, Sauce says 1. What do you say, Rosen?
I said 2.
Rosen
Right.
says 2. Zach?
Well, California's got to be pretty popular.
Yeah, I would
right?
think so.
So I would
Yeah.
say maybe
Most of them.
You
Yeah,
can
Vermont,
pick between
yeah.
the two. I would say 25.
All 60.
Really?
Come on. No way.
All 60.
Really?
Yeah, it was, like I said, 0 or 60.
Yeah, that would be
Get a
it.
life.
This, I think some of you are going to remember this. So if you know this, 100% sure, don't guess right
Okay.
away. You can guess in about 20 seconds.
All right.
If you think you're like, man, this sounds familiar, Don't guess, but this is something that we've talked about on the show multiple times. I'm almost positive Sauce knows this one.
Oh, thank you.
The biggest sale in Walmart history was $70,000 by an individual at one store, right? Somebody spent $70,000. Happened in 2008. Do you know who famously has the largest purchase by an individual?
A person.
Yep, in Walmart history.
I do not know.
Sauce, don't answer, but do you remember? Sauce knows. I kind of felt like you would remember this. Zach, do you know?
No.
Well,
Max,
I
do you
wouldn't know how
know?
to guess.
No.
So the three of you don't.
No.
This was in the news in 2008. You
So
guys
this
were
is
younger.
2008.
2008
Okay.
this happened, and it made the news,
So
and
it's not
Sauce remembered it.
It's not Mr. Beast.
No.
It's a famous person.
Yeah.
Yep, very famous. And there was a reason
Huh.
it happened in Phoenix in 2008. Sauce?
DMX.
It's Shaquille O'Neal.
That is the correct answer.
Really?
He got traded from Miami to Phoenix and went to Walmart and bought everything he needed for his new house in Phoenix.
Are you
and spent $70,000.
Probably in cash. Straight cash.
Probably. And now he's super. Shaq is great. He's super, like, one of his things now that everybody knows him for, other than, TNT and all that, and his great basketball career, is anytime he goes somewhere, he always buys something for somebody else.
He does.
And, he always says, like, his dad, the reason he's so good with money is his dad told him as a kid, like, I work hard for this. We're not going to waste money. And that's why, like, every time you hear he gets an endorsement or whatever, he always gets stock in it. Doesn't he have a ton of stock in Ring when it first started?
Yeah.
Yeah, and all that.
They had a
water
really
pick,
good,
all that stuff. Shaq's sweet.
Did you see
I
the
would love to
documentary
meet
on him?
Shaq.
It was really good.
No, what's it on?
I thought it was on HBO. I don't think it was on Netflix.
It's on HBO
Is
Max.
it Max?
I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
It's
I've
very
heard
well
nothing but good
done.
things though.
Yeah, it's really well done. I mean, the ups and downs, and just what his injuries and trials and tribulations, his relationship with Kobe. I mean, it's all out there.
All right.
Yeah, it's good.
Sauce, this couple, do you just have the one soundbite?
I have this story is incredible.
Just the
There's
one?
one soundbite. Yeah.
All right. So maybe we've talked about this in the last 20 years, but I don't remember this because, again, my memory's starting to fade. Who knows? Rosie, maybe you're very familiar with this because apparently this was a big deal back in the 80s, and there was a 1990 movie about it. But Tony and Frances Toto, that's their real last name, T-O-T-O, are a couple in Allentown, Pennsylvania. They are celebrating 57 years of marriage this year, even though Frances, in 1983, hired a hitman to kill Tony. They actually tried to kill him multiple times using a car bomb, a baseball bat, sleeping pills, and then eventually a gun, Rosie, where he survived a shot to the chest and one to the head. But the first thing he did after 12 days in the hospital was bail her out of jail.
Come on.
She spent
don't remember this.
She spent 4 years behind bars, and they talked on the phone every day while she was in prison. Tony admits that he wasn't the greatest husband, and they weren't communicating very well. But after a lot
for the audio.
But after a lot of counseling, they have a great marriage now. And again, I don't remember this movie, but back in 1990, their story was made into a movie called I Love You to Death with Kevin Kline and Tracy Ullman.
That's a great cast.
Here's the couple talking about forgiveness.
Twice, one in the back of my head and one, and the bullet went right through the chest.
And the one in his head is still there. I don't think I was thinking straight. It was like a love-hate kind of a thing.
And then we both cry and we say to each other, from now on, let's talk, let's communicate better. Something that we should have done before.
Come on.
Yeah,
come on.
There was no in between. I'm not going to buy your favorite foods. You're not going to go out for dinner. I'm going to just not. I'm going to stay in separate rooms, sleep in separate rooms.
Get divorced.
I'll just shoot you in the head.
Get divorced.
Rosie, what's the maximum number of bullets you would forgive?
0.
I mean, how, honestly,
show a little forgiveness.
How
Be an
whipped is
adult.
this guy? Like, he's in love with this woman.
She's only human. All right?
Yeah, she made a mistake.
She made a mistake.
Like Greg Norman said, you make a mistake and you learn from it and you move on.
It wasn't once.
You don't
won't
kill
shoot him
and you
again.
learn.
It's multiple times.
They
She
redid
tried
their
to kill
vows.
him.
Isn't it crazy how she says kind of like lovingly, like there's still one in his head.
I know.
She's almost proud of it.
Yeah.
Well, and who is this hitman?
How bad are
Times?
times?
Where did she find this hitman?
Very bad.
Craigslist.
Rosie, after the preposterous statement tournament, maybe even during it, we had breaking news, and I know you commented on it with comment afterwards.
Right.
82 years old yesterday, we lost one of the sex symbols of the 60s and 70s. And she was still famous the last couple of decades. Even in the 90s on Seinfeld, we lost Raquel Welch at 82.
Would you just keep an eye out for this woman? She's about, I don't know, yay high, and she doesn't swing her arms when she walks.
What do you mean?
Like this. What the hell is that? Are you making fun of my dancing? Aren't you Raquel Welch? You know who I am. I don't move my arms when I dance. That's my signature. Now what are you doing?
Nothing. I just wasn't moving my arms.
That's it. You're going down.
Cat fights.
So again, I mentioned it yesterday when we were talking about Raquel Welch.
Right.
The fascinating thing about that episode was her whole role on Seinfeld was to be a nightmare to work with.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to find somebody famous that was willing to say, like, all right, I'm in my, at that point, let's see here, 20 minutes. So she's probably late 50s.
Right.
And she had to look in the mirror and go, all right, where's my career at? Am I willing to go on Seinfeld and project to the rest of the world
I'm this person.
that Raquel Welch is super difficult to work with?
Right.
So for 30 minutes, that was her role, is being a nightmare. The producers of a play were afraid to fire her because they thought she would kill them.
Mm-hmm.
So they made Kramer do it. Then at the end, she gets into a fight with Elaine on the street because she thinks Elaine's making fun of the way that she moves her arms.
Mm-hmm.
It was basically Raquel Welch sucks.
But brilliant.
But
Good on her
brilliant
to
because
plus.
she was willing to make fun of herself.
Yeah. Good on her, yeah.
Would you argue, Rosie, that forget her actual career? I think you could argue she is most famous for being the poster in Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, good point. I forgot about that.
You know, you can't argue that because that's from 1 million BC, which was her signature early, I mean, I'm saying career, but it's the famous poster. As famous as Farrah Fawcett's poster became on the bedroom walls of many a young teenage boy.
Or Tiffany Amber Thiessen in the 90s.
Correct.
Or Jenny McCarthy later
right.
on.
Raquel Welch was the poster child for my generation, kind of. I mean, it was like, it's Raquel Welch, and it's 1 million BC wearing that bikini, whatever it was made out of. Fur.
Mankind's first bikini.
Yeah, and then, you know, she just had, it was Raquel Welch. I mean, Common's been making a joke about her for decades, seems like.
Haven't heard that one. How does it go?
She should be in my room.
3D. That's
3D,
my
3D.
apartment.
That's my apartment number.
Yeah.
Okay.
Raquel.
hear that a week from Saturday at Mankato.
She had some. Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, Common and I, Mankato. MankatoBallroom.com. Get tickets.
She had some signature performances, and she had some really kind of breakout sort of, you know, but she was always just kind of Raquel Welch.
Looks like she has a couple of breakouts.
Yeah. And, you know, it's funny because when Charge was leaving yesterday, and you guys were doing it, and I said something, oh, man, we lost Raquel Welch. He looked at me like I was talking about someone from another planet.
He'd never heard of her?
He had heard of her, but really knew nothing about her.
Well, yeah, I don't know
he's
much
not
about
a young
her
guy,
career.
but
I just know
well,
who she is.
I mean, yeah, her career was kind of, you know, all over the map. I mean, she had some big roles, but it was just kind of Raquel Welch, and she was just she was in in some memorable movies, but
and a lot of young men's dreams. It looks like.
Correct.
She was super, super, super pretty.
Oh yeah,
Would you forgive Raquel Welch for hiring a hitman and shooting you once in the chest and once in the head?
No.
He's nodding. Yes.
He's nodding.
No.
Yes. Rosie, you're on the street.
Yeah, you're on the street.
Everybody sees you nodding.
Well, that
yes.
was the thing yesterday when this happened. My gal goes, Raquel Welch died, and I assumed she died 30 years ago because that wasn't my. I was like, come on, she died in the 90s. No, she died yesterday.
Ask your father about.
No, I'm not asking my dad about Raquel
God,
Welch.
he's going to give way too many details.
Oh, we got details.
Don't look at me like that.
Again, Sauce nailed it. That would be the equivalent of asking our generation about Jenny McCarthy.
Yes,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
You don't want to know.
No.
Rosie, you're an American treasure. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Thank you, sir.
Quickly, predict
Have fun tomorrow.
Vinicius tomorrow. Who wins? Alexis Pearson, Audra Martin,
Wow.
Alicia Lewis, Don Mitchell, Tatum Everett.
I have all my favorites there
Tatum.
tomorrow. But
I think Tatum wins.
Audra's nervous, I know that, but I think because of her experience, I'm going to go with Audra.
All right, fair enough.
Experience matters when it comes to this game.
Tomorrow, Vinicius 3.0, 5 ladies battle for their first career wins, and one of you is going to have a shot at $31,500. That's tied for the all-time initials jackpot record, thanks to our friends at the St. Paul Federal Credit Union. That's tomorrow at 8:15. 9 to noon is next. Don't forget, we're going to go record the After Party podcast. Subscribe and download the After Party podcast. See you tomorrow.
Time to be taking it easy, doesn't now.
To listen back to today's Power Trip Morning Show or to hear previous shows, podcast us on the iHeartRadio